We are talking with Greg Fuller, former campaign chairman for California Governor Pete Wilson, who joins us from Washington, and sitting next to Terry in Los Angeles, Republican consultant Fred Karger.
The ads dole has been running in New Hampshire, with Governor Merrill attacking the flat tax and saying it's going to cost ordinary people in New Hampshire a lot of money. They have hurt Forbes somewhat, haven't they?
Yeah, I think Bob Dole is finally starting to fight back a little bit. He's been under attack, as front runners generally are, and Steve Forbes is spending a fortune, of course, of his $1 billion he inherited. But I think there's some problems with that flat tax, but I really appreciate the fact that he's bringing it up. I think it's great. I think we need to shake up Washington, and I think that idea has some great merit, and we just have to wait and see. But, you know, they're looking at things like the current Forbes plan will create a $200 billion deficit each year. So I think we have to really study it, and I think we definitely need to reform the tax system.
Well, isn't it also true, Fred, that what's going on in Iowa is that Iowa farmers are beginning to do calculations on what's going to happen with their land values if they, under the Forbes tax plan, or what they can do with deductions and so forth, and is starting to frighten some of them.
I think there's some serious problems with it, and I think, again, though, as Craig pointed out, Iowa is a caucus state. It's strictly organized, organized, organized. And plus, Steve Forbes is, for the first time now, undergoing some tremendous public and press scrutiny, and we'll have to see how he holds up to that.
When it comes to fundraising, Phil Gramm is a real powerhouse. I believe, and Fred, correct me if I'm wrong on this, that Gramm may have raised the most money of anybody who is doing traditional fundraising. Obviously, Steve Forbes is himself his own campaign finance committee, but Gramm has so much money, he can't just go into the woodwork and give up at this point.
Well, I have a feeling he spent a bundle of it. He's been in some of these early beauty contests, and I think he spent a lot. You know, he chose Louisiana as a battleground. He did so and insulted the Iowans by doing it, who pride themselves, as we heard earlier, on being the first in the nation. And by doing that calculated gamble, he lost, I think, all around. He spent a fortune doing it. So I think he's probably got some money left, and he has some matching funds, which I understand are a little delayed to all the candidates, which is going to hurt a lot of the Republicans. But I think he's dead meat.
Do we see that everyone's suddenly gathering around Dole because they're getting to be a little frightened of Steve Forbes?
I think they're frightened of a few other candidates, like a Pat Buchanan, but I think the jury's still out on Steve Forbes. I think people are interested in what he has to say and what his ideas and issues are, and, you know, if he's really capable of leading the country. You know, it's one thing to have a good idea that works great in 30-second spots. It's another thing to be able to lead the world and to get things through Congress. And I think we're going to have a good opportunity to really get to know Steve Forbes over the next month or so.
Hi, I'm Christina Ritchie, and you're watching the America's Talking Network.